Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Master of Mayhem, Craig Charles.
Revving up in the pits are another 8 new robots, all home to become Robot Wars the British champion. But only one can go through to the second of our series semi-finals next time. In short, it's make or break time. And when I say break, I mean break each other. So are we ready for mayhem? Jonathan, who's battling this week, mate?
Thanks, Craig. I think we're in for a noisy night, if that's anything to go by. But that's good. We've some awesome robots for you. Let's see how they line up in round one. Battling then for the last available place in our series semi-finals. Previous grand finalists, Pussycat against the Executioner, Terahertz, new name for a veteran team against Ming 3 in their third wars. Claude Hopper is interesting. Twister could whip up a frenzy. 101 are back again, and Fluffy, they're new.
Thanks, Jonathan. Yes, there is only one place left in the semi-finals for the 5th Wars, so you can imagine what it's like in here. Never mind, I'll bring you the tears and tantrums as they happen, but for now, let's take a look at our traumatised teams. Andrew Cotterill and his 2 boys return to the war zone with another incarnation of their robot, Ming 3. A regular competitor in the wars, it isn't ranked this year. I can't for the life of me guess which robot they've borrowed a few design features from for the 5th Wars. What do you think? Old-timers 101 are ranked 23rd, but lack of any major weaponry, unlike the rest of the field, puts them at a disadvantage. Mike and Amy Franklin always put up an excellent fight and made it all the way to the heat finals last time, but lost out to Dominator 2. But the robot everyone's talking about in the pits tonight is Pussycat. Young David Gribble is one of the best drivers in the field. They went all the way to the finals of the 4th Wars, and they were only just beaten by Chaos 2. But one of the robotic rookies for you to look out for is Fluffy. I've had a look. It may sound soft on the outside, but believe me, it's hard on the inside. More from that later, but for now, let's see the one and only Pussycat in action. Craig.
Robots, come on! Do your worst! Let the wars begin!
From Gloucester, Pussycat.
Comes back heavier than the machine which reached the grand final of the last series. They say the patented Pussycat blade can demolish a garage. This is no mere moggy.
From Standground, the Executioner.
The 22-ton front-mounted hydraulic cutting blade, designed to split and crush, looks powerful, can run both sides up, so it doesn't need a Sreemec. Has taken 1.5 years to build, but will the axe fall quickly on the Executioner?
Roboteers, stand by.
The Pussycat team, Alan Gribble, son David, and friend Robert Bettington, and the Executioner team, Mark Nenadich, Ian Sanford, and David Sanford. Dead Metals in the arena for the house robots with a pincer and a 3,000 RPM saw. And fighting alongside Metal, Matilda with the tusks and the 27-kilo flywheel.
3, 2, activate.
Pussycat, the second seeds for these robot wars. That is a measure of the task for the Executioner. But the Executioner has Pussycat in its grip at the moment. Mark Nenadich driving the Executioner with its hydraulic crushing blade powered by American motors. Pussycat can't get away until that moment. Spins that circular blade, coming forward, trying to create damage on the Executioner, on the flames. Pussycat moving away up to 14 miles an hour top speed, slightly the quicker of the two, the lighter of the two. On the trail of the Executioner now. Just wonder about the vulnerability of those tyres of the Executioner. From behind, if Pussycat can get an attack, that's a full frontal slam, and both robots seem to be okay. And withstanding punishment from the Pussycat blade and from the Executioner's jaw, beak, cutting blade, call it what you will, at the front there. The Executioner's sluggish, momentarily it would seem, now spinning away. In comes Pussycat trying to get at those tyres. One of them is spinning, the other seems to be locked. And they're very dangerously close to the CPZ of Matilda. Matilda's caused real damage there. Let's have a look at it again. And off comes the tip of the hydraulic crusher. The executioner, Mark and Ian Sanford, and young David, who's a 9-year-old schoolboy, in major peril now. Look, the potency of the weapon has gone. The pit release button has been depressed by Pussycat, and the executioner's team feeling mighty depressed at the moment. Do you know, I thought we might have had a shock here at the start of this eliminator battle. Don't forget, the winner of this heat takes our final semi-final position in the series. And Pussycat still have hopes. The executioner does not. They've been axed.
Cease.
Well, Pussycat roars like a lion and executes the executioner. Pussycat, go through! Well done. Well, you're ranked number 2, beaten in the final of the last war. Think you can go one better?
We can indeed.
It was excellent driving there. Excellent driving. The way you pressed the pit release and then manoeuvred the robot into the pits, we were all very impressed. That blade of yours.
Yeah, I know, it's something else, isn't it?
It is something else, isn't it? How fast has it been?
It's about, what, 2,500 RPM?
2,500. And what's it made of? Because it just seems stronger than most metals.
Made of chrome vanadium steel, 14% chrome vanadium.
Because this flywheel on Matilda now,
It's awesome, isn't it?
it is something
Absolutely
else,
awesome.
isn't it?
Yeah, really.
Better than a chainsaw.
It's better than anything we've got. I just want to keep away from it.
That's right. Wise, wise, wise. Ladies and gentlemen, the lion roars, Pussycat!
In Robot Wars Gallows Huber, Pussycat has the last laugh as the executioner falls. Terahertz against Ming 3 up next.
From Oxford, Terahertz.
A compact machine featuring a large double-headed headsman-style axe. It sucks itself down for 0 ground clearance. The team has fought in 3 previous wars, but this is a new machine. Is it reliable?
From Somerset, Ming 3.
Has a hydraulic crusher arm similar to the world champion's Razor, a lifting arm at the rear, 2 500-watt motors, a motor-driven nose cone, top speeds of 15 miles an hour, and Ming that could, yes, be merciless.
Roboteers, stand by.
Terahertz team, John Reed, Dominic Parkinson and Rebecca Reaston-Brown, and Ming 3, Andrew Cottrell and sons Alexander and Oliver. In the arena for the house robots, the weapon synergy of dead metal, the pincer and the saw. And Matilda, again, watch for that flywheel. It is so destructive.
3, 2, 1.
The ref bot looks on, backs away, wisely too. Now, I like the look here of the Ming 3 machine, but Terahertz gets the axe clubbing down, the double-headed axe, on the attack. They were represented by Kilohertz before. Not greatly successful. They needed more potency, and they've got it with that axe, slamming down on Ming 3, which is certainly a real variation on the previous Ming machines. Beaten by the likes of Mortis and the Morgue in previous wars. Backing away, very Razor-esque, isn't it, Ming 3? Perhaps lacks the crushability factor of the reigning world champions. We haven't really seen the Ming 3 beak in action yet, have we? But similar, look, beak and front shovel to nip and crush and grapple. Now they close down on Terahertz. Well, they waited their moment then, Ming 3. Good driving by Andrew Cottrell. They now seem to have Terahertz in their grip, dragging them back towards the flame pit. Matilda's got on the attack. That is way out of order. And Matilda's hit Ming 3 from behind when he was nowhere near the CPZ. And I'm not too sure whether that's knocked Ming 3 out. They're on the flame pit. The red bot comes in and has a check. Should give Matilda the red card. But Ming 3 seems in real peril. Terahertz isn't exactly moving freely. is now. Is Ming 3 alive? Well, it must be, because the ref bot started his countdown to a judge's decision. But how much damage has been sustained by the Matilda attack? And again, that is bang out of order.
Cease.
Shocking Matilda.
Naughty Matilda, naughty Matilda. She interfered when she shouldn't have done. We're going to go to the judges for a decision on that one.
Well, Terahertz got a couple of blows in and was on top until Ming 3 got the grapple and fought back. Could well have won it here until Matilda did that. And again.
Well, before I tell you the judge's decision, I can only apologise for Matilda's behaviour. She's been given a red card, OK, and sternly told off. But based on the battling performance before Matilda's intervention, the judges have gone for the amazing robot Terahertz! At one stage, I mean, you were taking a terrible beating there. That axe is powerful.
It is.
But at one stage, you actually got your claw in, and I thought you were going to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
Well, I know. The trouble is that it was the wrong part of the robot. If I could have moved over a little bit and got further into the body, I would have been able to do something.
Yeah, because you were hopeful in the pits. You turned around to me and said, let's hope we're here longer than we were here last time.
That's right, yeah.
And it turns out that you're not going to be.
No, thanks for that. Yeah, you're right.
This is the end of the Ming dynasty.
Yeah, it is indeed, yes, yeah.
So,
for this one, anyway.
For this one, anyway. Have you enjoyed yourselves? What about you?
Right, yeah.
Had a good time, you?
Yeah.
Not too disappointed?
No.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Ming! They took it well. That axe.
I tell you, I was scared of them. That stuff, that Ming can go straight through our robot.
Aye.
I was just desperately trying to keep away from that jaw. I was scared.
But your axe is powerful.
Yeah, it's nice giving Dom a chance to hit people with the axe.
Yeah, it just keeps going and going, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, we hadn't tested it before, so it was good to see that it worked first time. John's brilliant design, and it worked well.
Think you can go far on this one?
I don't know. There's so much luck involved. Let's give it a go.
Try and avoid the claws, though. Try and avoid the claws.
Yeah, don't like those claws.
There's an awful lot of Razor replicas around.
They're nasty.
Well, good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Terahertz!
Someone needs to give Matilda a good smack on the backside. Not me, I'm going nowhere near it. Ming 3 out, Terahertz through. Next up, Claude Hopper and Twister.
From Horns Cross, Claude Hopper.
A sturdy walking robot with 2 front claws, 2 rotating flails on the sides and 2 Streamac bars over the top. Slow, sluggish, but a walker can carry twice the weight at 200 kilos.
From Cowcliff, Twister.
Has 3 sharp, short, thick spikes at the front, ramming and spinning at the same time. The blade on the flywheel goes 55 miles an hour for heavy metal damage. Also has a flipper and runs both ways up.
Roboteers, stand by.
The Claude Hopper team has Andrew Hughes, his son Joshua, Nick Clement, and the Twister boys, Stuart Ford, Christopher O'Connell and Graham Kershaw. In the arena again, the pincer and saw of dead metal. And hungry for some metal mashing Matilda.
3, 2, 1, activate.
I love to see the walkers because so much ingenuity goes into them. Look at Twister chasing off after Claude Hopper, not quite knowing what to do with it. And that's also intriguing, the way the non-walkers deal with a walking robot. Claude Hopper bumping and sort of rolling, hardly careering. How do I compete with this, says Twister, trying to get the weaponry in. The spinning flywheel doesn't seem to have that much momentum, Twister. Twister, you're not exactly whipping up a storm. And I think they're going to be counted out here by the ref bot. Are we to see a walker going through to reward all the ingenuity? We are. Twister counted out. And about to be disposed of by dead metal. Into the garbage truck, I should think. Down comes the saw of dead metal. And all Stuart Ford, Chris O'Connell and Graham Kershaw can do is look on in horror. They have the berserk team in previous wars. Claude Hopper took him 7.5 months to get across the arena there to press the button. We just edited it for you. Twister's about to go down. Well done, I'll tell you. I love to see a walker go through. So Andrew Hughes at the controls, we just saw him briefly. Congratulations to you, but how disappointing was Twister? The Hopper's getting into, to cause mayhem. I mean, it's backing away now, coming in on another attack. Oh, and again. And Twister is being nudged nervously towards the pit. By the time Halley's Comet next passes the Earth, they'll be in the pit. Claude Hopper again. Oh, it can move sideways as well. Sideways, forwards, anything is possible. And slow and steady and patient and purposeful. I'm delighted to see them go through.
Cease.
Well, I hope Twister aren't bitter, because now they're definitely twisted. Claude Hopper skips and jumps into the next round. You enjoy that?
Yes.
Is yours the noisiest robot on Robot Wars?
Probably.
It is. Does not make noise when it travels, doesn't it?
It certainly does. It's probably one of the most powerful. It's got 4 starter motors in there, car starter motors.
4 car starter motors.
They certainly produce the power.
How heavy?
It's 1/5 of a ton.
1/5 of a ton.
200 kilos.
200 kilos. Because it's a walker, it's twice the weight of the ones with wheels, isn't it?
That's right. That's where the advantage we thought would give us the ability to push robots around.
Well, you certainly did that, and of course the house robots then got hold of Twister and gave it a right good kicking, didn't they?
Yep, they certainly did.
Ladies and gentlemen, go ballistic. This is Claude Hopper.
Twister themselves in and out and go out. Claude Hopper through. Next up, 101 and Fluffy.
From Kettering, 101.
Fast and violent, the semi-finalists of Series 3, the Spike can penetrate steel, 0 ground clearance and turning circle for this tracked machine powered by 2 800-watt motors.
From London, Fluffy.
Has a heavy weapon like a double-ended spinning axe and looks far from fluffy here. Also has a brazed steel frame, polycarbonate armour and an 8-mile-an-hour top speed.
Roboteers, stand by.
Let's have a look at the 101 team. Mike Franklin, daughter Amy and Steve Bickle, and Fluffy, Peter Holroyd and the brothers Peter and Richard Johnson. Back comes Dead Metal, in good form, menacing. And Matilda, really hungry for action here, isn't she?
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Let's hope Matilda can behave this time. 101 with a side slant on Fluffy. I like the look of Fluffy's weapon here, that spinning axe blade. Oh! And 101's track has gone on the right-hand side. Can you see there? In it comes on the attack, and immediately the blade catches 101's right track. And that certainly has rendered 101 almost immobile. The track left on the arena floor. They can still move, but it'll be ponderous and circular now, I would have thought. Look at the damage caused by the Fluffy blade. Mike Franklin looks on and sees the destruction caused to his machine 101 and can't believe it. The time is nigh for a machine which cost £1 and a penny to put together, they used to say, hence the name 101. And it's going to take a lot more to repair it. And I think we're going to see a lot more of Fluffy in Robot Wars. I've been hugely impressed. You see, they can't really get away They are just alive, so technically it will have to go to a judge's decision, but I think you and I know which way it's going to go, don't we? Very impressive, Fluffy.
Cease.
Devastation, carnage. It's what we like on Robot Wars. It looks to me like another seed might go, but hey, it's up to the judges.
The irony came because it was 101 on the attack, sustaining the damage, and from then on, well, the writing was on the wall, but Fluffy kept up the attacks. That's what impressed me.
Well, the judges have made their decision, and hey, no controversy for a change. The winners are Fluffy! Well, come here. You might be fluffy by name, but you're certainly not fluffy by nature.
Certainly not, no.
That is a powerful weapon.
Certainly is, yeah. I mean, we haven't tested it much until now, so this is pretty much the first time we've really used it, so... It's not bad, is it?
It is so destructive, total mayhem, and you ripped it apart.
Yeah, I mean, it is sad in a way to kind of have to tear an opponent apart to win, but, you know, it's got to be done really in a competitive sport. You've got to do it.
You've got to tear it apart. You're on Robot Wars, lad. You're on Robot Wars. All is fair in love and Robot Wars.
So it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fluffy!
Fluffy here, the last of our Eliminator winners to go through to the Heat L second round of battles, and this is how they line up. Pussycat against Claude Hopper, Terahertz against Fluffy. Don't forget, one place left in the series semis.
What's really exciting is that this is the first time a walking robot has got through to round 2, and that's your robot. How do you feel?
Very pleased. We thought we'd get trashed in the first round, to be honest.
And here you are, and then tragically you're pitted against seed number 2, grand finalist last year, the Pussycat. Oh, what does that do?
Well, I think our run might come to an abrupt end here. However, we will give it our best shot.
You never know. In Robot Wars, it's as much about luck as it is about skill, isn't it?
Yeah.
So do you think there's a chance you might get through?
Probably.
This is what dreams are made of, isn't it? Or yours could be the famous robot that nearly won Robot Wars last year and did win this year.
Don't underestimate anything. They're a good robot.
Tactics?
Smash them to bits. There's no tactic.
The other thing is, why have you still got tools lying around on the table? Have you not finished?
No, we finished. We finished.
Definitely?
Yeah. We're more than ready. We're more than ready.
More than ready. Both teams are. Let's hope it's a good, clean fight. Probably not.
I'll tell you, those robots are going to be shaken in places that the oil don't reach. Let's fight the Heat semi-finals.
Hi, I'm Andrew, this is Nick, and Joshua, and this is Claude Hopper. The Walker's back for another battle. This time he's put on a little weight. He's now as heavy as all 3 of us put together. Nick will tell you what's new.
Either side we've got spinning rotors, which spin at 5,000 RPM, each weigh 13 kilos.
We've also sharpened the claws and changed colour to green.
Hi, I'm Al Gribble, captain of the Pussycat team. This is Dave, our driver, Rob, our weapons man. These are the weapons we'll be using to chop up our opponents. We're serious contenders this year. We were second last year, and we're going to be going all the way in this war. This is Pussycat, 2 750-watt motors inside, and this is on because she is worth it.
Roboteers, stand by.
Will it be a hair-raising experience for Claude Hopper? The team there, Andrew Hughes, Nick Clement and young Joshua. Pussycat with a blade, Alan Gribble and his son David and Robert Bettington, the weapon operator. Back in the arena for the house robots, Dead Metal. Lacks a little bit of manoeuvrability. Shunt can push anything out of the way with the axe and the scoop.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Pussycat can get up to 14 miles an hour. Claude Hopper, they say, is very fast for a walking robot, can get up to 2 miles an hour. Pussycat's blade is wedged on, they back away. Can they cause damage? Unlike many walking robots, there are no exposed legs here. I wonder whether that's a reason why Claude Hopper have created history by getting thus far. Pussycat turning again. David at the controls. And again on the side assault. Claude Hopper trying to race away. And oh! What's come off there? Part of the chain drive for Claude Hopper. Under repeated Pussycat blade attacks, and certainly it's come loose. The side rotating flail, part of the weaponry. And again, Pussycat by far the more aggressive. Turning, getting away, side by side with Refbot. To work an angle, drum up some space to come forward with a speedy onslaught. And Claude Hopper just about staying alive. That's what remains of part of its weaponry. And still old Claude hops on. Pussycat back on the attack. We know it can run either side up, Pussycat. We've seen it many, many times before. Grand finalists in Series 4. And back it goes, tentatively now. Drops so that it can get the blade in. Goes to the judges technically.
Well, that was a war of attrition. And definitely one for the judges. While they're making up their minds, let's review the action.
Pussycat on the attack. Claude Hopper moving. But the sustained attacks caused the damage to that side flail, and I'm sure that will be decisive in the judges' minds.
The judges have made their decision. Remember, they're looking at style, control, damage and aggression. And no surprises here, they've gone for Pussycat! Well, I think they kind of won on all counts there, really, didn't they?
I think so. Although we did try and be aggressive.
We
always went towards them. We always went towards them and tried to be aggressive.
You suffered an awful lot of damage, though.
Yeah, but we kept on going.
You did keep on going. I mean, you know, you didn't give in.
We certainly would not give in.
You lost a weapon, but you still came back at them and came back at them. Noisy robot.
It certainly is.
Heavy on the arena floor. What are the plans now for Claude Hopper?
Well, we're expecting to build a new one for next year.
A walker or a roller?
A walker. Yeah.
A walker. Weapons?
Something awesome.
Something awesome. We look forward to it. That's what we like on Robot Wars. Let's hear it for Claude Hopper. Well, you couldn't really get to grips with them with that circular blade, though, could you? I mean, it's such a stocky little thing. It doesn't.
There's some serious bits of metal in that machine.
There certainly is, you know.
Really, and no, we've been worried about fighting these guys all day. We've never fought a walker before, and that is one tough robot and a brilliant team.
I know, but come on. I mean, your robot is so very difficult to get to grips with.
It's a lot better this year, so I think we can do it.
You think you can do it? Go one better?
Yep.
Become Red, the seeded one.
Or get smashed to bits in the process of trying.
I'm sure you're going to go all the way. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ballistic for Pussycat!
The second seeds through to the heat final. Next up, Terahertz against that fluffy weaponry.
And they call Anne Robinson a battle axe. No, this is the battle of the axes. Is it a cruel accident of fate that you've both been put together? And then I couldn't think of any more after that. But you said you've got the most powerful axe in the business. It's going to be put to the test.
Probably. It is. This is a serious test, this one. However, we have our fluffy launch device on the back.
A fluffy launch device?
Yeah,
that wasn't there before.
Secret weapon.
How does it work?
The theory, it's purely theory.
Yes.
It hits this, rides up the ramp, and does horrible things when it gets launched into the air.
Yes, it's not very scientific, is it?
We'll see.
No, but it's very last minute, so fair enough.
Absolutely.
And in the Battle of the Axes, also fluffy. First-timers, just fantastic. Double-headed spinning axe. So can the spinning axe beat the chopper?
We're going to give it our best shot, but we're fairly scared of their axe because it's very, very large and heavy, so we've actually added an extra layer of armour on the top.
Extra thick. Right, so will you be trembling in your box?
Maybe just a little bit, but
Probably
we're
when that
going to give it
thing
our best
hits
shot.
Yeah. I'd be trembling against a chopper that size.
Hi, I'm John from Oxford.
And Dominic from London.
And this is our new machine from Team Hertz, Terahertz. We've competed in Series 2 with our machine Kilohertz. And being from Team Hertz, we have a huge axe, probably the most powerful axe in Robot Wars.
Hi, I'm Peter. I'm the captain of Team Fluffy, and here are my teammates, Peter and Richard. This is our robot Fluffy. We're a team from University College London. It's powered by a pair of 750 watts electric motors driving solid rubber tyres. It's built to be as compact as possible so we can have a very strong chassis and very thick armour. And its main weapon is this 20 kilogram spinning steel blade, which can spin up to around 2,000 RPM, and we think anything that we can hit, we're going to cause chaos.
Roboteers, stand by.
Terahertz could be up against it here. They do have the experienced John Reed at the controls with Dominic Parkinson. But look at that fluffy blade controlled by the older of the Johnson brothers, Peter. Sir Killalot's in the arena with the claws and the lance and the indestructibility. And Shunt with the pushing power factor.
3, 2, 1.
Terahertz, the faster, coming straight on the attack. Almost as if the tactics of John Reed and Dominic Parkinson are to get this over and done with. Don't worry about that flailing token totem on the right-hand side there, black, the other side of the axe, wobbling about. It's there for show, a lucky sort of mascot. Oh, what about that for an attack? But it's Terahertz that has the side ripped off it as it came in on the attack on Fluffy. There, the Fluffy blade ripped away the side armour of Terahertz as it caused real damage. I am so impressed with Fluffy. Their first time in Robot Wars, and Terahertz are discombobulated. Something has been ripped away from the inside, and they're facing here oblivion from that very strong Fluffy team. The ref bot already counting them down. Come on, Sir Killalot for the kill, says the banner. Will it be in any moment to dispose of Terahertz? Very experienced, but no match for Fluffy. Get out of the way, ref bot. You don't want to linger in there when Fluffy's about. Fluffy by name, but not by nature. In comes Shunt. Terahertz literally did not know what had hit it. It was on the attack when the damage was done to John Reed's machine. And from then on, Fluffy went for the kill. Bits and pieces are hanging off all over the shop there, look. Poor old Terahertz. The pneumatically powered axe looked fairly destructive, but actually didn't live up to its billing as Terahertz, terrified, flies through the skies. Off the floor flipper. Crashes down. The Robot Wars FFF floor flipper factor comes into play in the end. And the pit will claim Terahertz. Worthy competitors, these, fighting their fourth wars. And that puts into context Fluffy's victory. This was no mean feat. Aha! Shunt's got in after them. Oh dear, driving lessons for you.
Terahertz knows it really hurts. Fluffy does its stuff. Fluffy goes through. You got your action a few times.
Yeah, it started out looking promising, but soon went downhill.
You adapted your robot. Was that for the opposition?
Dominic's an ex-inventor.
Well, they tricked us. We thought they were fluffy. They're not. We hope they go far, because they beat us. We hope you win.
I'm sure they will. Ladies and gentlemen, honourable losers, Terahertz! Come on! I didn't
think it'd be that easy.
Well, that's a good axe, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it got some good hits in, and we can see the marks from here on the armour.
But you ripped them apart.
Yeah, I think we got a lucky hit in there. We took the armour off, and I think we disabled them first time.
Yeah, you completely disabled.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see the gas leaking out of it. And then you just went in for the kill, really.
Yeah, originally we thought it'd go down to the judges, but it obviously didn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's right. They're not really fluffy.
Terrorised and hurt. Terahertz out. Fluffy go through to the Heat L final. It will be intriguing against Pussycat. Two types of blade here, then, really. So our two Heat finalists set to do battle in the hardest contest of the night. But getting this far was no mean feat either. Pussycat disposed of the Executioner after Matilda had done the real damage. Then Claude Hopper was flailed and ripped. You can see the Pussycat weapon there. Let's have a look at Fluffy's. Tore the tracks off 101 and continued a sustained attack. And then, this was hugely impressive against Terahertz. They call it a spinning axe. It's more like a spinning blade for me. The weapon of Fluffy.
It's going to be a cat fight. The fur is going to fly.
It sure is.
How many of your 9 lives have you used up?
No, none yet.
It's capable of demolishing a garage.
Yep.
It's seeded too.
Yep.
Can it demolish this?
Hopefully. Hopefully. Let's, we'll give it a good run for its money.
Yeah, your first time as you've got all this far. So far, you've been biding your time. The last war, you were only in reserve. You never made it through. Yeah. And look at you now. The semi-finals are just within grasping distance. Can you do it?
I think so. We haven't had an easy robot yet, have we?
No.
And, well, Pussycat's just another one in the line.
It's not just another one in the line. It's seeded number 2. It was a grand finalist last year. Doesn't that make you slightly nervous?
I think it'll probably damage us more than the other one, so I think we'll still win.
Yeah? You think you'll win?
I hope so. Hopefully.
Good luck, then. Fluffy!
OK, then. Time for the battle from hell. Let the Heat final begin!
Roboteers, stand by.
Pussycat, built by Alan Gribble, qualified engineer, runs his own engineering business. Fluffy, built and driven by engineering students from University College London. Sir Killalot, practiced in the art of destruction. Dead Metal needs no teaching how to crumple engineering work.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Pussycat, second seeds for this series of Robot Wars. This for a place in the semi-finals. The very last place to be decided. Now, pardon me, is this a bit of a feline feeling out session? As Fluffy tickles Pussycat, but no more. Now we'll come on the attack, though. Side by side, they bump and barge. Oh! That was no tickling! The Pussycat blade is gone! Look at this! It was blade against blade, and Pussycat were no match! Away onto the far side of the arena. Let's look at it again. Look at this! Wow! Ripped off! And that is the end of the Pussycat hope. There's no way back from, well, you can nudge and meow a little bit. But how on earth are you going to beat Fluffy from here on in? You need to get away from that torch for a start. But what's happened to Fluffy here? Are they still moving? Yes, they are. The ref bot's had a look. Looking again. The blade of Fluffy is moving, but they're not progressing across the arena floor. What a surprise this would be! Fluffy are being counted out. The Pussycat blade was gone, but they kept battling. And Fluffy conked out. Absolutely startling. What a battle that was. Now, of course, Dead Metal can have some fun. Oh, Fluffy, how heartbreaking is that for Peter Holroyd And Peter and Richard Johnson. There's nothing they can do, and Robert Bettington punches the plexiglass in delight and celebration in the Pussycat control pod. Well, it's a fluffy toy for Killalot, no more than that. I thought we were on the brink of one of the great Robot War surprises. Pussycat has never really been damaged like that before, but Fluffy it is who ends up flying from the floor flipper. And eventually down the pit. Well, it really was the pit and the pendulum of Robot War's hopes swinging away from Fluffy to Pussycat in one fell swoop.
Cease. How unlucky can you get? Pussycat use up all of their 9 lives and go through to the series semi-finals! I thought you'd won it.
We've lost somewhere, there's no power left. We've got no drive, the wheels aren't moving somehow. The weapon's jammed on, so it's still going.
I mean, you took a saw off.
Yeah.
You'd won the fight.
Yeah.
And then you start moving.
Yeah, I don't know, it's just something's gone. The power's the wheel's gone, but the weapon's still going.
You must feel gutted.
Yeah.
You must feel absolutely gutted.
Yeah.
They're the second seeds.
Yeah. We gave them a good run for their money, so... Yeah.
You certainly did. I was convinced you were going to go through.
Yeah, we were.
I thought we had a major upset, and then
we just
you stopped working. I know you're obviously disappointed. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Fluffy! Jammy or what? Jammy or what? Yeah. What did you think when the blade came off?
Oh no.
When that sword came off, I bet your heart was in your mouth, though, wasn't it?
I discovered adrenaline's brown. I got plate clips on.
I mean, you're ranked second in the UK.
We knew he was going to be tough. He's a damn good robot. And in fairness, they were a bit unlucky.
Very unlucky.
The closing force is there that you're seeing to break that bolt, to break the blade off is phenomenal.
Hey, I tell you what, you're in the series semi-finals.
Real.
Do you think you're going to have a harder fight than that in the series semis?
Well, there's no easy fights out there, but that, I suspect is one of the hardest we'll ever have.
It was like the battle between the vertical swords and the horizontal swords, you know?
Had to come to tears, didn't it?
Yeah. And they won that one.
We won it because we're going through and they're out.
That is the point. Yeah. That is the point. You're going through, they're not. You're Pussycat. Let's hear it for them. Dim the lights. Cue the applause. You've been watching Robot Wars. Bye-bye.